Fort Wayne has not been on board so far with the online program, much to my chagrin. St. Louis has done a bit more with it, but not quite to the extent that I would like them to be doing either. I'd be happy to study online in St. Louis as well, which I don't care. Not that I really want to study right now, but down the road, you know. So yeah, I do wish there was more opportunity for online education than there is. The video's about 3/4 the way loaded, so.
And another story that you told us that maybe you would like to repeat here is about the old way when the ministers couldn't be married on campus.
Yeah. I'm glad your memory is better than mine. Yeah, there used to be this rule where you could not be married and be a seminary student. You know, the idea being that your loyalties would be divided between your wife and possible children and your studies. And the joke used to be, and I think this is what you remember probably, Karen, is that you were expected to be single during your seminary years, but then show up at your first parish with a wife and 3 children. And that's kind of difficult to do unless you take some time off. Yeah, and you know, in a way, it almost reminds me a little bit of the Roman Catholic rule of no marriage for priests. I just can't believe it actually was a rule, and that was, I'm telling you, that was just 40 years ago that rule was in place. Still, we're talking 1970. That was still the rule. You know, it was really geared for young men, and they didn't want them to have any other loyalties divided. So, yeah, you had to be single, but show up at your first parish married with 3 kids.
Well, my husband and I were the first officially engaged at Concordia, Ann Arbor, and that was in '69.
Mm-hmm.
We were the first ones, you know, they had just passed that.
It's amazing they even let them into the seminary.
So we were just, you know, by the time we were to the seminary,
Yeah.
then it was in November of '70. So we were allowed to be married at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, some of my professors were, you know, at the seminary during this time period, and so they remembered the rules, and what they said basically was, well, it wasn't a big deal because at that time there were no women on campus anyway, because there was no deaconess program, and so there was very little temptation to even have a significant other because there just wasn't anyone there unless you went into the city of Fort Wayne and found someone at a local congregation, which probably happened from time to time. Anyway, I'm going to show you the video now on the latest of the library expansion project, and I'll wrap it up. At least I think I am.
This is Robert Rothfire, Director of Library and Information Services here at Concordia Theological Seminary in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's Veterans Day, November 11th, 2010. In the midst of a week that's brought us beautiful Indian summer weather here in Fort Wayne with temperatures topping 70 degrees. That weather has helped us push very strongly this week towards the end of some major construction milestones. So on 11/11, we want to bring you updates on 11 construction milestones. Milestone number 1, finished grade along the lakeside of the library. The earth below my feet, as well as the riprap behind me, providing that new edge leading up to the library wall, where the water, when it's completely filled into the lake, will be right at the break in the angle. And completing this process along the lakeside, restoration of the grassy slope up towards the chapel. Milestone number 2, rough grading complete on the eastern side of the library expansion, including both the berm that will in the spring be finished and given greenery, as well as the road I'm standing on. It'll be restored also in the spring. includes, at the far end of the view, below Luther Hall, a parking area for handicap accessibility. Milestone 3, stairs from the lane up to the library plaza and from the lane up to the chapel plaza. Behind me, the forms are in place for the concrete stairs to be poured tomorrow, which will lead us from this lane between the dormitories and the library up to the library plaza level. Off to my left, the contours in dirt have been formed, and in paint, the zone where the stairs will be formed that lead one from the lane and the dormitories downstream up through the gap between Luther Hall and the existing library to the chapel plaza. Milestone 4 and milestone 5 work together. Milestone 4 is the copper guttering atop the lanterns. Milestone 5 are the custom Concordia Ludovici clay tiles atop the lanterns. In the North Lantern building, we've just completed all the copper gutter work today, and the tiles are stacked for work to begin laying those down. On the South Lantern,
So we're to see that copper look nice, because everywhere else in the seminary is turned green and find out.
Ludovici tiles down today. And we'll start with the Ludovici tiles here in the North Lantern tomorrow. By Thanksgiving, both of the lantern buildings will have the roofs complete. Milestone number 6, custom Concordia diamond brick. In the first lantern building, there are panels of diamond bricks on each of the 4 corners of the walls that run north and south and are facing